Hello everyone. Today we will be going through the reflection design pattern again. This is a short video which I had discussed as to what is the general concept behind the reflection design pattern. And what we will be doing is we will going through the code of this reflection pattern today. To give you an overview, what is a reflection pattern? Basically, reflection pattern is how humans actually do their work in real time. We are trying to replicate it. So, for example, let's say you have to write an essay. What do humans normally do? We go and write a draft essay and we read the draft essay and we refine it until we are satisfied with it, and only then we finalize and submit it. So what we will try to do is we will try to tell the LLM to replicate this reflection pattern, wherein instead of asking the LLM to write the final essay in the one shot, what we will do is we will ask the LLM to write a draft essay or any other task. This can be applied to any other task, but here we will take the use case of writing an essay because this is something that most humans would have done in their lifetime at least once. So what we will do is we will call this V1 version 1 of the essay, and we will give this V1 essay to the LLM back itself, and we will ask the LLM to reflect on this existing essay. We will ask the LLM to look at its contents, refine it, see what could have been improved, what are the different points that can be corrected, and then we will ask the LLM to write a version 2 of this draft essay. And what is usually observed is whenever the LLM refines its own work, the producing result is always better. So let's have a look at how can we implement this reflection pattern in code. So as you understood, we have to follow three steps. First is writing a draft essay. Second one is critically analyzing it or reflecting on it. And the final is to writing the improvised essay. So we have three different functions for this purpose here. So first one is we use OpenAI here. So I'm using a OpenAI basic code here or API code that will return us the answer. And we will write the prompt here. We will provide it with the topic. And this is the user which is providing the input. We will choose the model and we will just ask the LLM to give us the essay. And what we will do is we will use this essay here and pass it through this critique essay draft. We will pass the essay, what was provided by this initial function, and we will say this is a draft essay and your job is to critique the essay for accuracy, flow, grammar, and ease of understanding and structure. And we will ask it to respond with 5 improvement points for improving the essay. So the job of this critique function is not to actually improve the original draft, but to provide critique points, improvement points only. So we'll just take these improvement points and then we will use this further to improvise the actual essay. So this is where the third function comes in, wherein we will pass the actual draft essay that was created by the first instance when we asked it to create the draft essay. And we will also pass the critique points. And this critique was actually made by the same GPT model. We will pass these two inputs to the final step. And we will say, given the draft essay and improvement points, your job is to improve the essay by incorporating the improvement points mentioned in the critique. And we'll pass the values in the form of the prompt, and we will ask it to perform this essay improvisation step. Uh, just to understand how this might work, we will say, okay, write an essay on Germering town in Germany. This is where I currently live, so I thought it will be fun exercise. And we will first call the generate essay draft function, and then we will pass this essay that was generated, and we will call this critique essay draft function where you will get the critique. And in the final function, you will just call this improvised essay function and pass both the essay and the critiques, and we will have a look at how the output looks like. Let me quickly run this code. Let me show you the output. We will wait for couple of seconds. Okay. So what's happening here? I think I'm just printing the final essay here. Okay, I'm printing the essay, I'm printing the critique, and I'm printing the refined essay. So the first one is to answer. These are the examples, festivals, communities illustrate the depth and okay. Let me go back a little. Okay. So Germering, a charming town in Bavaria. Nice. So it wrote the essay and it gave a conclusion and stuff like this. And okay, this is the critique. Enhance the introduction with a compelling hook, incorporate more specific examples, local festivals, traditions, etc. And a brief conclusion, reflection, or personal insight. Okay, fine, interesting. There's a critique, and then this is the refined essay. Okay, now this essay seems to be better, but now we are not going into the details of whether this was actually improved or not because this is subject to person's interpretation. But normally what is observed is when you use this design pattern of asking the LLM, instead of asking it to respond immediately with the final answer, if you ask it to provide it a draft and then provide it a critique and then improvise based on it, the result that comes out is usually much better. And in my previous runs, I actually read through this essay a little bit and I felt that the final example was indeed better. So hope this two-part series was quite helpful for you, where we discussed the ideas behind the reflection pattern, and hopefully this will be helpful when you build your own agent. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.